All right. So some of you who might have not seen the CIMA exams, maybe. So this is a pre-scene, and based on this only your actual exam will be. So it's a role play kind of thing. Okay. So this introduction plays a very, very important role. Here, whatever they tell you, you have to have that approach. All right. Okay. So let's start. HOTTAYR. So HOTTAYR is the name of a company. HOTTAYR is a quoted company that manufactures domestic heating products, mainly gas boilers and air source heat pumps. So we are working in a listed company that manufactures. Usually at strategic level, you'll see there is a trend. They ask more of service industry. Previously, it was food delivery. Prior to that, we are making gaming. Before that, we are managing airports. Okay. Rarely they come into manufacturing products. Okay. So when it comes to manufacturing, it may be little bit more on costing and things like that. Though at strategic level, your role and responsibilities remains the same. Okay. And secondly, as we know, the company is listed. Being listed company, they will have its own advantage and disadvantage. So when you will write your answer, you should be very specific with that. For example, being listed will have an advantage of raising finance easily, right? You have good reputation in the market. Other way around, if you see a downside, maybe we have more scrutiny, we have internal audit, we have more reputational risk, more stakeholders to manage. All of these things need to be considered. Okay. Then we are selling domestic heating products. We are only a domestic company so far. So there is an opportunity to increase by adding maybe more product, or at least we can go with the same product into the new market. That is market development. Okay, we'll come to that and we'll understand what opportunities are there as we go through the pre-scene. This is just like a introduction. Okay. Mainly gas boilers and air source heat pumps. So primarily two products are there. We can see if there's an opportunity and how things will affect. Like if it is gas boilers, we have to see the supply of gas. Now, especially after this geopolitical issues, the prices are going up. All of these things we should cover up. Okay. Basically, CIMA exams is more of real world. Okay. Even if you see exam questions are very similar. I'll not be shocked if they ask indirectly about this Ukraine and Russian war, how it will affect the prices. Let's say the minimum wage in UK is like £9.50. Okay. So they were paying less than that. So is it ethical or not? So same question came in the exam, in the May attempt. Okay. Another example I can give you is about Airfield. Airfield was a airport management company. Okay. So it was a replica of Heathrow Airport in London. So in Heathrow, if you see the capacity, getting a landing slot for airlines is very, very difficult there. They are working 95% plus capacity. So they seriously need a new runway there. But the local community around Heathrow Airport is not allowing it because of the sound and air pollution. I mean, they were not allowing it. After 6 years now, that has been sorted. Government has looking on the environmental impact, on the economy impact as well. Okay, so they have gotten the green signal. Similar question came in the exam for our field. Our airport was also working 95% capacity, and we also need a new runway. In fact, they even gave the same problems. They said like the local community is not happy. Are you getting the point? So what we have to do is we have to see which are the leading companies in the world selling this or manufacturing this domestic heating products or heating product basically. Okay. Mostly domestic, maybe they are just focusing on the housing. Okay. Houses. All right. So we have to see which big companies are, what issues they are going through, and similar may be coming in your exams, or at least it will help us to understand. I'll be sharing some company name and some interesting answers on the group also, so you can understand through that. But as a homework, as a research, you can start from today itself because you have understood some idea of it. Clear? Okay. Next is you are a senior manager in HOTTAYR's finance function. So senior manager means, according to CIMA, you are the person at strategic level. Okay, basically you are senior finance manager, but CIMA is more into management. We are not restricted to only finance function. Especially in CIMA exams, I have seen questions like they might ask you on marketing, they might ask you on digital cyber security, they will ask you on employee relations, they'll ask you on health and safety. Basically almost everything they can ask, whichever is related to management. Okay, maybe you're not expert, but they want to have you to give your opinion. Okay, so we should not restrict our thing only to finance thing, what numbers and all. We have to go beyond that. That is the expectation. Yeah,
I have one question there. They are asking about our expectations. So each one has different expectations. So they are acceptable all, or they have specific answers for which they will entertain.
Good question. So yeah, Mr. Salman, it is for a particular question you can have hundreds of correct answers. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, but how you justify will give you pass or fail. For example, there is a question like you want to acquire a new company, let's say company ABC. Okay. And you wrote that we should go and acquire this company because it is our competitor. After that, we'll get more market share. Okay. You are justifying because it will increase our market share. Ultimately, it will increase our sales. It might increase our bottom line of profit. Okay. But suppose I am doing it, I would say don't buy that company. And how I will justify? Maybe I will say put that money into our own company and grow organically. Why to do that? Why to spend some money? If you do it, we can go with our brand, because what they are promising, maybe that's not in reality. We don't know that company is ethical or not. Are you getting the point?
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
So both the answers are correct. It is how you justify it, because in the real world, it's not that easy. I mean, if everybody knows, or if anybody knows the formula of success, they can do it. Even big players will take wrong decisions sometimes, right? So you just have to justify why you say that, and that will have some what I will say, background knowledge from the E3, P3 and F3 textbooks. That also we'll do in class. I mean, it should not be fundamentally wrong. Are you getting the point? Let me give you an example. Suppose a company is gearing is, let's say, 80%. Gearing is what? Debt to equity ratio. Okay. And if they ask a question, shall we take debt and equity? And you are saying again, go for debt. It is not wrong if you justify correctly, but it will be mostly not considered a good option. Like, already things are there. Just like you want to launch a new luxury product in COVID. It's lockdown and you want to launch a new product where the economy is going down. Okay.
But in the same case, in COVID, if you are in health sector or retail sector, then you can. Because these 100%. Industries were...
Yes. So we have to see the economic areas or pestle issues, political, economic, social, everything. So step by step, we will cover that also. Okay. Then you report directly to the board and advise on special projects and strategic matters. So we are reporting to the board. So one thing we have to understand in your answers, we'll do one class on how to structure and approach of your answers. But when you write, you don't need to be very technical. You can just write in simple English or business English. You can understand. Okay. Some non-finance person should also make sense. If you use that language, that is good. Okay. Or if you want to mention some theories, some numbers, if you explain a line, that will be even better. Okay. Next is advising on special projects and strategic matters. So a lot of people are not clear with this point. Special project and strategic matter. Firstly, strategic matters are the normal strategic issues or matters which your company is currently doing or currently handling. Maybe if you have any issue with gas boilers, or maybe we have with this heat pumps, that will be a strategic matter. Or current committees, let's say you have a problem in audit committee, risk committee, that will be a strategic matters. Whereas special projects, in fact, even if they use the word project, so by definition also, if you see, project is something outside our current way of doing. Even if you see in normally, like you guys are doing CIMA, so CIMA is a project for you. It is not your normal day-to-day job. So when company do something new outside for the first time, it becomes project. Let's say from they are in which country, or Norland, they want to go to a neighboring country, let's say A land or B land. So when they will start their operations there first time, it will be a project, but after that it will be integrated to normal operations. Okay, so what we have to do is I mean, it's a kind of homework also. You have to find what kind of special projects our company can look into, and what each of these projects will have advantage and disadvantage, or we can say risk and returns. Are you getting the point? This will become more clear when we'll understand the Preseen, when we'll understand the industry. Okay. Any questions on that? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are audible, Misbah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, everybody went silent, so yeah. I actually, yeah, I want a special answer from Rajiv and Jignesh.
Kamran here.
Yes, Kamran bhai. Yeah, I think there was some problem of your connection.
Yes, earlier I was.
You just joined?
No, I think 5 minutes now.
5 minutes. Okay, you're calling it. Yeah. So Jignesh and Mr. Rajiv is very silent. So can you tell me, are you clear with special project and strategic matters?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Misbah.
Okay, great. And rest also. So from now, okay, you have to make a list of special projects that our company can do, and every project think about risk and rewards. Strategic matter also same. Okay. Because 100% questions are coming from this only, and majority of the questions we can guess. At least 80% of the question we can guess. How we can guess? Because we know the financials, we know the industry, like that. Okay. Next is
Misbah, one thing.
Yeah.
Misbah, as you said that this examination would be like a project to us. What I'm thinking that this is kind of strategic matter to me, this SCS examination. So how will I distinguish between project and matters in the view of this examination?
What I'm saying is, for you, it will be a project, because suppose you are working in some company now. Is it your company's job what you're doing? No, you're going outside, isn't it? From your normal working. So therefore it becomes a project, I'm saying.
What would be the strategic matters in my life then, let's say?
Then your normal day-to-day office, what you're doing, that will be a strategic matter. That will be a normal matters for you. By definition, project is something what you do other than for your normal routine. When you do it, usually something for first time. From second time, it's not a project. It becomes our integrated into our business or integrated into our life.
Yes, got it.
For me, it's not a project. It's like my normal, because that's my work. But for student, it
For
may
you,
be
the teaching
project.
is strategic matter.
Yes, we can say that. Yes. And for student, it may be project or special projects. Maybe they want to start at CIMA. Some of you are writing direct strategic case study. Just want to finish the project, get CGMA and done, like that.
Sure. Thank you.
So why it is important to understand both of this is, you will get mix of questions. I can tell it 100%. Even you can see the previous questions and answers. If you want, I can put the link on the group. There are 3 sections and questions are divided. Not exactly 50-50, but it is divided. Some on special project, some on strategic matter. Okay. Next is, HOTTAYR is based in Norland, a developed country that has an active, well-regulated stock exchange. So when the country has active and well-regulated stock exchange, any reputational risk, any rumors, or anything for that matter can affect our share price, right? So we have to be very careful. We should have our PR team. Best defense is attack. We say that in football. So like this company should be proactively ready to manage our reputation. We should continuously keep on highlighting what good we are doing for the society, how we are safeguarding the environment and things like that. Because many a times that news can be motivated by our competitors just to affect our reputation. Okay. Secondly, this line can also be taken as we might have more scrutiny and all. Okay. Next is Norland's currency is N dollar. So N dollar we can take at US dollar or UK pound. So they won't ask you any calculation. So don't worry how much it is actually. Okay. Norland requires companies to prepare their financial statement in accordance with IFRS. So this will again have an advantage for us because now, globally IFRS is only dominating in accounting. So this will be advantages for us. When you go for a merger, when you go for acquisition, when you have subsidiaries, in translating and all of that, that can be a upside. Because if some company is following US GAAP, some IFRS, when you compare, it will not be easy because both will give different things. Okay. So just a quick thing to remember from here is know your company that is listed, know your products, know your profile, 2 things: special project and strategy matters. Okay. Now we'll go to domestic central heating system. Now we are starting basically introduction to the company. Okay. Usually CIMA, if you see the Preseen is not that technical, but this time it is a little bit. But don't worry, you don't have to be like a mechanical or electrical engineer knowing all of this. If you just understand the fundamental, how it works and all, fine. They will not ask if there's a problem with the boiler or heat pumps, how we should fix. They might say the engineer is not coming or they are leaving our company or they're not happy with the remuneration. That kind of question will come. Okay. Or they will say there is a problem with the raw materials. Actually, what all raw material required, you don't need to know. Okay. So domestic central heating systems. Heatings, firstly, I mean, they have given some, but let's discuss. Let's everybody give their point. So what is your understanding about heating systems? Or rather, you can take this heating system as something like temperature control. Why I want to heat my house? Because maybe the temperature is unfavorable for me, isn't it? Maybe it is too cold. Otherwise, like in Asian countries, if it is too hot, we'll use air conditioner. So this is kind of temperature control.
I think
Right?
it's more like seasonal impact you have on your place. So to overcome those issues, you need a heating systems.
Yes, I think this is a
Ismail,
basic
my
and a basic thing in the country like for example, Ireland, Scotland, these kind of countries, because they have in winter, for example, they have only 1 hour sun, so remaining is cold. So these are the basic things in the countries. So without these things, I think people cannot live there.
Yes, they cannot survive actually in some places.
Yes.
This is basic need.
No.
So this statement is very important. You should mention this in your exam also, because suppose there is an economic recession. Okay, like not recession we can say in UK now, but the economy is little bit fluctuating. Okay, so any problem if it comes, even if it is in boom or recession, anything, the basic necessities just like food, clothing and shelter, this is part of shelter. This need to be taken care of. Okay, so the demand should ideally just go up, or at least should not go down. It can go up at a good pace or at a smaller pace. Okay, so that is an advantage of our product. Yeah. Others also please give their points.
Misbah,
One thing wanted to ask, the company manufacture the product to use for domestic, for the household thing, to keep the comfortable temperature, as they have mentioned, to keep yourself warm. But this is not related to the cooking
or to the restaurant? Not to those things. Like I need a heater to cook something.
No. This is mostly through just for your home, because that is totally different setup for cooking.
Yeah, Mirza, what I can make out, the
Yeah.
first thing is the case study is always relevant to the prevailing circumstance or condition. As you have very rightly pointed out at the beginning of the statement, this this company may suffer significantly because of the Ukraine and Russia war, because most of the Western countries are very much highly dependent on the gases from Russia, which they require for for cleaning the road, or or for meeting their daily water needs on something that sort of. So since there is a huge crisis of because of the sanctions on Russia, there is a huge energy crisis in Western countries. And a couple of days ago, I've come across a news or a WhatsApp stating that Aslam Mittal is planning to shut down its plant in Germany because of this energy crisis, being the energy charges have increased manifold from say $1 to $10 now. So because of this, their business is no more viable. So hence they have to discontinue with the business. So looking at the given company who's into manufacturing of heating equipment, which will be using gases. So because of this war, there would be an unavailability of gases, and this company is solely dependent on this single product. So the business risk existence or sustainability risk is, significantly prevails in the given condition. So we as a senior manager, we need to come across or explore options of surviving. At the same time, we need to explore options for the growth. Thank you.
Right. Yes. Very well said. So there may be a problem due to gas, but maybe we have to look for some alternatives like electric heaters or something like that. But again, the thing is, sustainability, when we talk about, this is a basic need. So definitely people need it, even if it like increases 2 times, 3 times the prices. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Even a couple of days ago, I've come across a news that there is a protest in the France because of the salary hike and all. So because of this unavailability of energy and all, the inflation in most of the Western countries has shot up like anything. So their survival or meeting their expenses is they're finding it difficult, and therefore we have come across a situation in UK, which was supposed to be one of the stable economy in the world, and they are just suffering like anything.
Yes. So I think in this Preseen, lot of external factors will run the show here compared to more of internal normally. The pestle issues will be very, very important here, because as we know, CIMA questions are also revolving around the real world scenario.
Right. So we need to be, with all of us, we need to be keep ourselves updated about the latest development happening around the world, especially in context of what is happening in Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, or we can just say the gas. So gas is kind of raw material for us. I mean, we are manufacturing. We are not basically using gas for manufacturing, but our products are dependent on that.
Right. They are the major source of fuel because of which we managed to clear the roads and all. Because of that, if the government is unable to perform their basic duty, the whole infrastructure will come to standstill.
Right. All right. So let's start. So domestic central heating systems. Heating system are necessary to keep rooms at comfortable temperatures and to prevent dampness caused by condensation. Okay. So it's just about having a comfortable temperature of our choice. Okay. Let's go a little down. Yeah. Most dwelling in countries that have cold weather for a significant part of the year have central heating systems. So we can talk about Canada and most of the countries in the UK, I mean Europe, they need it. Yeah. So when we'll make our SWOT analysis, when we are talking about growth, no, this thing will also come. A lot of places like in Asia, they cannot have a market. It's very difficult. Maybe only some parts, that too very rare. So we'll have a limitation. Okay. We cannot become a company ultimately like Coca-Cola. We have presence in around 200 countries because this is motivated by the weather. This use a central heat source such as boiler or heat pump to heat water then that is then pumped around the dwelling in order to heat each room. So we'll see how actually uh, its anatomy also looks. So usually they heat the water and that actually changes the temperature of the place. So first they have given what type of boilers we are doing. Okay. Traditional combustion based boilers, as we know, mostly they are done by gas only. Gas boilers are popular in countries that have mains gas, usually natural gas pipe to individual dwellings. Gas is an efficient fuel that is used to power central heating boilers for cooking and to heat water for bathing and cleaning. So gas is also used for cooking and heating, but our product so far is only for heating the temperature control. Okay. A gas-powered boiler is connected to the dwelling's gas and cold water supplies. The boiler heats water by burning gas. The hot water is then either pumped around the dwelling to heat radiators or it can be used as hot water for baths, showers, and washing. So this setting up also requires a lot of skillful people. Maybe we'll see in the later pages how it works. Just manufacturer, we have our engineers or we have our technicians who go and set up when the house is made. Okay. Because sometimes they have a small heater in the room or other time nowadays they are putting it under the roof. You cannot see it. Okay. Most countries impose strict regulations to ensure the safety of gas boilers. The boilers themselves must meet safety standards and they must be installed and maintained by qualified plumbers to ensure that there can be no gas leaks. Very important here. Okay. So regulation risk is coming for us, or we can even say legal risk, safety of gas boilers, because directly it will go to health and safety of our consumer, because we have kids, small kids, they don't know, they'll touch anywhere, things like that. Okay. So when we'll make a risk list, okay, what we have to do is as we go through the Preseen later on, we should have our at least 40 to 50 risk ready. So one of the risk will be health and safety. What if the consumer got injured or something? Second risk you can also write about if the government increases the safety standards. Maybe there is a problem not with our product, but maybe one of our competitor or anybody from our industry that might also make it more stricter. There may be constant change, right? And this is uncontrollable. You don't have any option, but you have to follow it. Then installation, as I was just mentioning, we should have qualified plumbers. So qualified as in they should be trained or they should be examined. Okay. And also we need a team for maintenance. And mostly if you see, installation is not very common. Once if it is installed, it can go for years, but maintenance should be done on the regular intervals. Right? Okay. Go down. Domestic gas boilers are generally designed to have relative little need for controls that requires user to make any adjustments once they have been installed and switch on. So nowadays, especially with the technology and all, you can do a lot of things automated also. They have not mentioned here, but nowadays this temperature control thing, you can control with your mobile, you can have automatic adjustment. Okay, but that will again, yeah.
I think later they have mentioned about this.
Yes, yes. So again, it can bring little bit of cyber security issues also. Okay, we'll see that later. Go down, Raghavendra. Yeah, so they are generally designed to have relative little need after it is installed and switch on. Yeah, then consumer must buy separate controllers that combine thermostat and clocks to manage heat outputs and the availability of hot waters. So now you have to just note it down all of this, how much of this product or how many of the products are we making and how many we are depend on other companies. Basically, these are our stakeholders. Okay. Then thermostats can vary in sophistication from basic mechanical devices to electronic devices that can be operated by smartphones. So, globally, there was a lot of research done and they are talking about that cyber security is the biggest risk for the companies. And now this company is also one of the same. Why? Because it is operated by the smartphones, which can be hacked or there can be issues with that. Why it can be a major issue? Because it is related to health and safety, right? We'll come to that also. Then gas boilers can be powered using LPG, common gas, that is stored outdoor in tank and piped into the dwelling as required. The tank is replenished by a tanker vehicle. So what is the capacity, how long it goes, okay, how it works for apartments, all of this also we have to understand. Some dwellings use oil fired boilers. Those require a similar arrangement to LPG system with a tank containing heating oil located in the garden and an oil burning boiler used to heat water in the home. It's also possible. Then second is wood burning stoves. This you must have seen in a lot of movies also. Wood burning stoves can be used as a heat source for central heating system. So what happens is it burns here, then it has connection in every room. So it take care of that. Householders burns logs. Basically, logs are like pieces of wood that provide radiant heat within the room. Pipes at back of the stove heat water that is then used to heat other rooms in the same manner as for gas and oil burning boilers. Only difference is in wood burning it is inside and it's like a good for show also, but other thing it is happening outside. This how it works.